Hi guys, and welcome back to the Cassie Projects. I've actually finished 2 sketchbooks, can you believe it? Honestly, I'm so happy to actually finish some sketchbooks. I tend to just buy a new one without finishing the old one. It's been a real accomplishment having finished these sketchbooks over the last couple of months. Now, spoiler alert, I don't have time to go through both of these sketchbooks today, unfortunately. So we're just going to go through the Art Advent sketchbook today, and I will create a part 2 so that you can see all the pages that I've done in this one. Opening up this lovely sketchbook, we've got a couple of intro pages. The first one is full of lots of Christmas doodles, and I coloured those in with my Ohuhu markers. I actually glued that first page to the cover, so immediately you open this gorgeous page. The next 2 pages I've just filled with Christmas doodles and a lovely Christmas border just to get this book started off. Very first prompt in this book is draw the season, and I actually did this one on Christmas Eve, and we sat around the kitchen table and did some drawing together as a family, and it was really lovely. Even my husband did some drawing. It was crazy. I was inspired to do this page because it was super cold, and I was like, oh, I want to draw some lovely snowy weather, and I really like how this one's turned out, and I used my Ohuhu markers, which was super fun as well because I just received those. So the next one is decorate this bauble. I added so much colour to this page, far too much colour that I ended up having to cover a lot of it up because it was just a little bit too out there. So I added this section of purple, and I think that that really made the bauble stand out, and of course those gold accents are just everything. Then we've got illustrate a recipe. This one was so random. I wanted to draw a roast dinner because, you know, that's what we have at Christmas. We have a lovely roast dinner. And yeah, I wanted to make it a little bit more interesting, so I made them all little cute characters. And the plate is like a frame, so it's like a big family portrait of this roast dinner that I'm about to eat. I really liked it. I had so much fun with it, and when I put the little faces on, oh, I was laughing. I was really enjoying it. And again, I used my Ohuhu markers with this one, just having a good play with them. And now I just want Christmas dinner again because it just tasted so good. I'm not gonna lie, I do a very good Christmas dinner. So all that talk of food has made me realise that I need to do some baking. So let's carry on talking about this while I make some chocolate cornflake cakes. The next one is make a list. I wanted to keep this one super simple, and I had a few things that I needed to get from the shop before Christmas that I hadn't got yet. So I popped those on a little cute list and crossed off the ones that were actually on there. Now you'll see with the background, I decided to go for a very Van Gogh style thing. Added all the brush strokes in there, and I really liked the colour palette as well. I think it worked really nicely on this page. So yeah, this next one was making art through music, and I literally didn't have much energy at this point. I was playing some Christmas music, of course, and I just sat there and doodled and had loads of fun. Again, it was super simple. I didn't add a background to this one, and I just added loads of little dots to fill in that background instead. And I really liked that I kept it white because it gave it that kind of icy, snowy Christmas theme. What did we do next? Oh, it was the abstract patterns. So you probably saw this video before Christmas. This was one of the very first pages that I did in my Art Advent sketchbook because I thought it would be nice and simple and enjoyable to do. And I did. I really enjoyed it. I loved the colour theme for this one. It was so pretty with all the different blues, and I really enjoyed using my Artex markers for this. I had some metallic colours which I added, and I think that that adds so much to it. I really like how I added the black and the white fine liner. I think that really added something to this page, and I really enjoyed it. Zentangles are just so much fun. I really like them. Oh! I just went to get the cornflakes out and we don't have any. It's so annoying. So I'm thinking instead we could go for chocolate Rice Krispie cakes. I'm sure you guys are going to remember this one because a lot of other YouTube creators completed this page too. And I think that's because it's just got a lot of cuteness. That little penguin in that hot chocolate is adorable. But I wanted to go for something very different with this one because I coloured the hot chocolate in as normal and the penguin and the candy cane. I created this bright bubble pink background, which I think really worked and created something very different. It really warmed up this very cold Christmassy page, and I really enjoyed using the dots to create the shading on this page as well. So that one was great fun. Now I wanted to sit here because I wanted to remind you guys of the inspiration from this one. So this is Look Out the Window. So this is the window that I was looking out of, and it was gorgeous because it was snowing. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I just knew that this was the prompt that I had to do because looking out the window was pure joy. Now this page is actually available as a print on my website. I absolutely love it and I think it's turned out really nicely. And to create a little bit of perspective with this one, I outlined the foreground, so the plants and the window frames, but I didn't outline the background behind the window, and I think that worked really well to create that blur in the background. So the next prompt was use colour. Fill this page with red and green objects and or characters. Now with this one, I was a little bit concerned because it was after Christmas and I was like, well, this is a very Christmassy prompt. But actually, there are so many beautiful summery red and green things. All these summer fruits and flowers. I think this worked really well, and I used Hoo markers, which I really liked for this page because they're super vibrant. I really enjoyed the result of this one. So this was collect words, so it was a way of practicing calligraphy. I formed these words into a Christmas tree shape. Now this is something you could do with any shape. You could create a star, you could create a moon, whatever you wanted to, and then fill it with all these lovely words in different fonts and calligraphy styles. And then to really make it stand out, I added this lovely striped background, a bit like a wallpaper, and I did these reds and oranges and golds, which I think really stood out against the white and the green of the Christmas tree. So this gorgeous page I was actually so proud of, and I didn't actually think about what I was going to be doing. I literally was mindlessly doodling. So I started off with a star, added some swirls, and then coloured it in using my acrylic markers. And then the genius part was when I added that stitching. I think it really finished this page off and I just love it. It's one of my favourite pages in the book. The next page is this gorgeous little globe. So this is a colouring in page that I did, and I had so much fun colouring it in using my Derwent Inktense pencils, and then I smoothed it out using a paintbrush with some water. The page buckled a little bit during the process, but now it's very flat, so I'm really pleased with this one. I used my acrylic markers to add a little bit of snow to the trees. It was really nice just being able to colour in a page and not having to think of the prompt. Now this was one of the first pages that I did in this book, and as soon as I created this prompt I knew I wanted to turn it around so that I could make it into a little snow globe. So this one actually turned out to be the sticker that I included with the Art Advent sketchbook. I really enjoyed creating this fairyland, and I really enjoyed the metallics that I added to it as well. I used a metallic watercolour and it's just so gorgeous, and I went for a very simple background and just did a wash of watercolour all around it. So this next one was what is your favourite snack, and I love this so much. I did a drawing of a chocolate pretzel. As you can tell, I love chocolate. It's my favourite. I really enjoyed doing this one, and I really liked the background with the pretzels written over and over again. So it's okay if I get chocolate on this page because it's already got chocolate on it. I've noticed with my Art Advent sketchbook, I tend to not do too many intense backgrounds, and I think that that's because I wanted to do lots of art. I didn't want to stop myself from doing art because I was stressed about how long it would take. So getting that pretzel down and then just writing pretzel over and over in the background, I think really helped, and it took the pressure off really. And I don't mind the white backgrounds at all. funnily enough. But yeah, if you want to take that pressure off just a little bit, then stop worrying about the background and just get that drawing down. So the next one in here was create bookmarks. Again, I kept this super simple, and I just doodled loads of Christmassy things across the page, and then I actually scanned this in so that I could create a bunch of bookmarks, and then my kids coloured them in and they really enjoyed it. It was a really fun activity to do over Christmas. The next one was a still life. Now this one was a massive challenge. I found this one really difficult. One, it was realism, which I haven't done in ages, but also I was using colouring pencils, which I'm not used to at all. To be honest, I don't know if I actually love this page very much, but I think I did quite a good job considering I was doing an art supply that I'm not particularly used to. And I did really enjoy drawing out that clock as well. I thought that was quite fun. Now this one I really enjoyed creating, and this is what I had in mind when I was actually designing this book. When I created these circles to be coloured in, I just naturally felt that they should be baubles, as it was Christmas, and I really had fun with decorating them. I love using metallic acrylic markers. They're so pretty. So I use lots of gold against the purple and the blues, and I just love how that's turned out. I think it's gorgeous, and again, it's a plain white background and I'm okay with it. Now this one really is special. This is create a cozy blanket, and this is where I designed my gorgeous little frog. So at this point I don't actually know what this little guy is called, but when I've posted this video, I think we would have come up with a name by then. But yeah, this guy I had so much fun with. I used my alcohol markers and my acrylic markers, and I think it worked really well. I really like the combination of using both of them. I think they've both got the pros and cons to them. So I think, yeah, together they work really nice. And I just love this little guy so much. I think he's so cute. And yeah, I turned him into a sticker. This little guy was super fun. Next up, we've got finish this drawing, and I had so much fun with it. So this is actually a shelf in my living room, and I did it a little bit different to what it looks like in the living room. This one I have a lot less gonks on there, but I added loads of plants and I just thought it was really cute. I can't add too many plants on this bookshelf because there's no sunlight on it, unfortunately. So I've got a few fake plants on there, but I wish I could absolutely fill it with plants in real life. I did a mixture of alcohol markers and acrylic markers, and I'm really enjoying a blend of both of them together. Decorate the cake. So this one again was one of the very first pages that I did in my Advent sketchbook to show you guys what it was all about, and I love it. It's so cute. In fact, why haven't I turned this into a sticker? I'm going to turn this into a sticker. Head on over to the cassieprojects.co.uk because that's going to be on there. He's cute and I love him. He needs to be a sticker. Why didn't I make him a sticker? But this is actually based on my little William, my chihuahua, sat in a blanket of frosting. It's cute. Again, this was one of the very first drawings that I did. This was roll the dice, and a lot of people really seem to enjoy this page. So basically we've got 3 different sections. We've got the colours, the style, and then the character or the objects, and you roll the dice to see which one you get. So my one was cold colours, creepy, and drink. Which was a little bit random and quite hard to put together, but I think I accomplished it. We've got a boba cat, and he's a little bit creepy, a little bit Tim Burton-esque. It's not Christmassy at all, but I really like that I've got elements of Christmas in this book and elements of just something very different, almost Halloween-esque. This one was a super simple one and I really enjoyed it. I literally used dots to fill in this Christmas jumper. So I went in with the base, with the brown dots, followed with the orange and then did the triangles, and I just worked my way up the jumper. So this is with acrylic markers again, and yeah, just using that dot in motion. I filled in the sleeve and the base and around the neck, just to finish it off a little bit. But I really like how this one turned out. It was really simple to do. So this one is a bundle of gifts, and I included a bunch of cats in there. I just think they're really cute, and I love that they've all got different poses and they're all sat comfortably. I wanted to make this one stand out because the prompt says, let this page be abundant with ribbon and colour. So I went for a very different colour palette really. I went for oranges and yellows and reds, very autumnal kind of colours, and I think it worked really, really well. In fact, this would be a really cute sticker as well, I think. Let me know in the comments what you think. Now this one, I had a very mixed feeling with this one because it's a little bit creepy, but it's also kind of cute. So this is bring life to an object, and I decided to do a crayon. And it's a little bit weird because he's kind of like snotting across the page and he's a little bit odd, but I really, really like him. He brings me joy. I think he's really funny. I was trying out some pencil crayons with this one, and I used them over watercolour, which made it so much easier. So I'm definitely a fan of using pencil crayons. When you've got that watercolour base there, it just makes it so much easier. Then the last prompt of this art advent book was, what's your goal? And I wanted to keep this one super, super simple. I just added 2025 and I added a bunch of art supplies and that YouTube icon. And the reason I did this is because that is what I want more of this year. I really like the detail of it. I like that it's got the outline on there, and I like the little metallic pieces as well. I think it shows in this book how much I've enjoyed the metallic Artex markers this year. Finally, we've got a bunch of outro pages. So this is where I just wanted to send a little note to people saying Merry Christmas, and I hope that you're really proud of yourself. And as you can see, I actually did something a little bit creative with this one, because on the final page, we've got these patterns again, but I used my Ohuhu markers, which obviously creates bleed through. But I used that bleed through on this page and I actually outlined all those little illustrations again. And I think it worked really nicely. And then, of course, I've coloured in the lovely illustrations on the last page, and I glued it to the cover again so that you can close the book straight from there. That is my art advent sketchbook, and I am so, so proud of it. I love flipping through it and looking at all the art that I created over the last few months. It really does make me so proud. Obviously, I don't have time to go through this sketchbook as well in this video. Make sure you don't miss part 2 coming very, very soon. Do carry on watching some more videos over here. I will pop in another binge-worthy video for you to enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.